Greetings again, YouTube viewers. Sleepless Dog here on YouTube, SC Smith on shootingreviews.com. In front of us is a HK Mini Pika made by Benchmade, and I've owned a few of these in the past, recommended these to friends, and they always end up getting traded or given to friends who need a knife. Don't want to spend a ton of money, so decided to pick one up to give you guys a video review of it. Remember, those of you who have watched my videos not too long ago, did a Spyderco bird knives review. The birds are pretty well known. It seems like the Pika series, which has gone through several naming iterations from Benchmade, doesn't quite get as much exposure as the bird series. So, like I said, I wanted to do a review on the Pika. This is the mini size in a serrated black coated. They have discontinued the serrated black coated in the mini. I think the mini is currently only available in a plain edge satin blade. But anyway, gives you an idea of what's out there. I bought the closeout configuration because it was an inexpensive way to get a review of the knife for you guys. The mini is roughly the same size as a Spyderco bird meadowlark, which also makes it roughly Spyderco Delica sized and a much more well-known knife. So, anyway, really a cool little knife. Like I say, not expensive. And these retail $20-25 online, depending on the source. So, that's in the fiberglass handle. The glass reinforced nylon, whatever you want to call it, glass reinforced plastic. So, that's kind of the quick overview. That price point puts it typically a couple of dollars higher than the Spyderco bird in their plastic handle, but a couple dollars less than the G10 birds. There was a G10 Pika. It was, I think, kind of crazily expensive. It was Harley Davidson branded by Benchmade. That line is gone. I'm not missing it. I don't know how much of it had to do with materials, how much it had to do with the HD name, but they were like $60, which was crazy. But anyway, these guys, competitive with the Spydercos in price. I'd forgotten how good these were. These do have, I don't know if you can see it through the camera, there are metal liners up in there, just like the birds. You know, it doesn't have that finger coil grip that I like, but it's got a nice grip. And this being the small size, the 2 7/8 inch blade, so really a nice tiny, not really tiny, nice everyday carry size knife. Nice jimping molded into the plastic here and here. Really nice jimping on the lock bar that I hope you can see. I'm trying a little more natural light, try to get a prettier camera look on the reviews here. But the jimping comes off of the spine of the blade behind the opening hole and runs all the way down to the lock bar. So it's really nice. Plastic back spacer. These also have their own dedicated deep carry pocket clip, which I do like. It's a nice deep carry clip. As you can see, got mounting holes, all 4 positions, left or right, tip up or tip down. I've left it in the tip down configuration because, also as you can see, the tip down config actually sits the clip the furthest out toward the edge of the knife. So, like I said, I'd really kind of forgotten how good these were. These open much more smoothly than the Spyderco birds, or at least the 3 examples of birds that I have. The birds I had to take apart and clean and lube. This guy, out of the box, opens smoother than the birds after cleaning and lubing and being played with. So, played with this guy a little bit as well. Blade steel on this is 9CR13CO MOV. The CO is cobalt, so there is some cobalt in there, which supposedly can help enhance the other properties, or the properties of the other elements in the steel. It's got a nice textured handle, like I said, the deep carry pocket clip. And just to give you a comparison here, there's the Mini Pika, and here is the bird meadowlark So, bird meadowlark, Mini Pika, practically identical in size, basically identical in blade length. Both really good knives. I like both of them for slightly different reasons. As I've mentioned before, I like this guy because it's got the nice finger coil. I find the full flat grind blade aesthetically pleasing. I like the G10 handles and the steel liners for the price. So, neat little knife, not to go back over all the reasons I like it, just some highlights. Let's get that guy out of the way, come back to the Mini Pika. Smoother out of the box. Continues to be incredibly smooth. Has that dedicated deep carry pocket clip, which I think is a great addition on Benchmade's part to put that on there. Even the plastic handle to me on this is nicer than the G10 on the Spyderco, which really that's its direct competition. These are made in China by Benchmade for HK. So the HK line I feel like kind of gets overlooked by a lot of serious knife guys because they think it's just, you know, some sort of HK fanboy thing. The fact that they're made by Benchmade for HK, I don't really care about the logo on the blade. For some people it's a selling point. I could care less whose logo is on the blade if it's a quality knife. Made by a reputable company, so this certainly fits the bill. So it's price competitive with a lot of the other import tactical knife, modern folders. It's definitely got the refinement. One little minor thing you can kind of see here, maybe. Scales aren't quite as tight as I'd like to see them to the metal liner right here at the base of the blade, but other than that, like I say, it's worked really well for me. Finally getting another one. Edge holding is every bit as good as the Spyderco, if not a little better. That being the Bird by Spyderco line. So I don't know that it's hugely better, and that again is going to come down to combination of steel and heat treat, and neither one of these companies does a bad heat treat. So the steels, while the cobalt theoretically increases the performance of the other elements in the steel, I don't know that you're going to see a huge difference. I mean, it's a marginal theoretical increase in performance. Like I say, it's everyday cutting task and edge holding, even playing with some cardboard. It's been, like I say, at least as good as the Spyderco, so it's not worse than the Bird line. Black coating has held up quite well to everyday cutting. Really not even any marks to see. It just wipes down really nice. So again, if you want the black coating, you're going to have to go up to the full size, which is a 3.5 inch blade. But you know, if you're looking for something as an alternative to the Spydercos, I think these are a little bit more refined for a couple of dollars more than the Spyderco Birds. I like the deep carry pocket clip. Despite my preference for finger coils on the blades, this has a nice kind of finger coil feel. Again, for those of you who haven't watched all of my videos, my fingers are short, but they are pretty thick. I do wear a men's large to extra large glove, so when I can get my whole hand on it comfortably, that's a pretty substantial grip. Friends with average and smaller hands like the ergos on this, so it's a good handle design. Like I say, I like the jimping here. It's much sharper and cleaner than my Spyderco Bird examples. The molded in jimping is very sharp and clean. So there's a lot to like on this for 20 to 25 bucks. If you're in the market, I would highly recommend you look at this as an alternative to the Spyderco Birds, which I also like a ton. So I think really it comes down to, do you like full flat grinds? Do you want G10 handles? Do you want a finger coil? Can you live with FRN handles with steel liners? You know, do you prefer the deep carry pocket clip? I think that's a big selling feature on this for me. But that's kind of my quick overview on the Mini Pika, which is representative of Benchmade's entire HK Pika line. So hope you enjoy the review. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to throw those in the comments section below, and I will try to get back to you. Appreciate it.